liqueurs
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
And you have things like honey chrysanthemum and there's rose hip,
jasmine.
Yeah.
What are your inspirations as far as creating the types of liqueurs that you do?
You know, Robert's grandparents, who sort of were in part our inspiration for starting this, because they have a distillery in Europe, in Austria, and his grandmother makes these liqueurs, and all the time. So not specifically the ones that we make. We sort of took her process and then, married that with sort of our tastes. They're not making a ginger liqueur, for example. It's just not something very popular in Austria. But every time we would go there, she'd bring something up from the basement, some like amazing liqueur that she'd created with some berries from their backyard or from their farm. And it was sort of became a kind of tradition. We'd look forward to it all the time. And so when we decided to start our distillery, we obviously wanted to focus a lot on making whiskey. But we felt that these liqueurs was it was such a way to be creative. I mean, there's so many things that you can make liqueurs out of, and certainly we wanted to make some unique liqueurs that nobody else was making. I mean, a caraway liqueur, not many people are making them. It's such a unique and wonderful flavor and great digestif. I mean, after a meal, that's why they would add caraway seeds to sauerkraut, because it helps with digestion, it keeps you from bloating, and I can't say the liquor will make you, feel better necessarily, but I can't say it's good for you. I can't let somebody else do that, but certainly the caraway is good for you. So with that in mind, I mean, there's so many fun, unique flavors that we get inspiration for whenever we go to Austria or Germany. Rose hip is another one. It's not a super popular flavor in Europe, but a lot of places in Europe you can find rose hip liqueurs or rose hip teas or rose hip jams or preserves, and Americans don't really do anything with rose hips except make vitamin C. Again, I can't say our rose hip liqueur is good for you,
but we can.
Yeah. No, but the primary ingredient in most vitamin C's is rose hip. So it's just fun working with ingredients in ways that people don't see them in the States.
So anything else you want to share with us? Or?
Oh goodness.
What is your favorite of the liqueurs that you have made?
My favorite of the liqueurs, I have different favorites depending on my mood. I would say that when summertime comes around, I'm kind of really into the ginger liqueur because it works so well with like icy cocktails. You can blend it up and throw some ginger liqueur in there, and maybe a little bit of lemonade, and I mean that's really yummy. But I have to say, after a meal, I kind of love a little bit of this caraway, not because it's particularly good for me necessarily.
It's not because good for you.
Right, but because it's really tasty. So, yeah.
Well, we would like to